Hello, I'm back. So first of all, for reasons that I will not explain here, I am not going to be showing my face in this video. But don't worry, it's nothing serious. I'm still as good looking as ever. But um, I have it's kind of related to the new video I'm working on because hold on. I am actually working on my first Mashit review in quite a few months. So yeah, I will. I plan to have it released soon. There's just a couple things I need to get worked out first. Um, but also, there's a couple. What's kind of slowing me down right now is that there's like a bunch of stressful things piling on top of each other that I barely have any time to work on because of my work schedule or lack thereof because I work retail. Um, but yeah, it's yeah. So but yeah, new Mashit review is being worked on, and yeah. Um, but yeah, I finally decided. So, I made a video a couple weeks ago explaining that I might not do the Mash It review vlogs anymore. Um, but I think I am now deciding that they shall continue because I would still like to do the DeviantArt review cards as well, but I just feel there's like so many things piling on top of each other, and yeah, again, I work retail, so therefore, I don't really have much time to actually work on my personal stuff. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and continue this series. Yeah, let's review the movie that I earlier said probably shouldn't qualify for my series of animated movie reviews because it's not all animated. Let's review The Incredible Mr. Limpet. So, it's been a couple of weeks since I watched this movie, so I need to remember as much about it as I can. So, yeah, it's part live action, part animated. I think it's like mostly live action, but I guess there's like just enough animation in it to qualify, I guess. I don't want to get too technical with all these choices. I have there's a lot of movies that would come out in the future that have like CG characters interacting with real life people, like all those all those live action adaptations of cartoons, where where the main character is an animal, like Scooby Doo, Yogi Bear, the Chipmunk movies. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So this movie focuses on Mr. Limpet, who is played by Don Knotts. And yeah, for the most part, Don Knotts puts on a very charming performance. I don't know a whole lot about his acting career, but he is a very likable personality in this movie, and he does add a lot of enjoyment to the character, and yeah, it helps make his passion for undersea life kind of endearing, but also kind of creepy, because there are some parts where he gets a little creepily obsessed, and there's even a shot of him like staring into a fish tank and making like a fish faces. Not Though to be fair, Don Knotts already kind of looks like a fish, so um, so yeah, he's perfect for this part. Um, but yeah, he so he has this rather bossy wife who clearly seems to be cheating on him with this friend of his. The friend is joining the Navy, and let's see. Yeah, I think Knott's Limpet. He does express interest in joining the Navy, but yeah, I forget the exact details. Um, but yeah, one day his wife, and his friend, who his wife is clearly cheating on him with, they go on a trip to Coney Island, and he's staring into the lake, and he just really wishes he was a fish. I wish. And then suddenly he just gets transformed into a fish. I don't know what caused that to happen, but I don't know. Maybe he just got so obsessed with fish. Maybe God was just like, okay, right already. Grateful. No. So yeah, he's a fish now. And there's a misunderstanding that comes from it. His wife and his friend think that he's dead. So yeah, there's like a funeral and stuff. But yeah, Limpet swims into the ocean. He meets a couple undersea characters like let's see, he meets this rather grouchy old crab character who's voiced by Paul Frees, and it kind of sounds like Frees literally phoned this one in. Not that his performance was phoned in. It sounded like he was literally phoning it in because his voice sounds like it's coming in over like a radio or something. So yeah, but yeah, overall he puts on a fairly entertaining performance as the crab. And then he meets this like female fish who falls in love with him, and yeah, I remember not really enjoying her performance. She's just all overly sexy and seductive, and she doesn't have much emotion, and yeah, so but yeah, they hit it off because, well, honestly, honestly, he can only go upward from his wife, but he still loves her despite everything. But yeah, he soon just he's reluctant at first to mate with the female fish because they have different mating practices than us humans. But yeah, he still loves his wife, so he's reluctant to do it. But then he just decides he actually does love the female fish, and he is he was a fish trapped in a human's body, so insert yeah, what's that trend that's going on nowadays where people people go on about how they're actually other animals trapped in other people's bodies. I forget what it's called. I haven't heard anything from it in a while, but yeah, kind of a silly trend, but I guess I won't judge these people. Whatever floats their boat. You be you. But yeah, soon Limpet comes across this Navy ship that's trying to take out this Nazi it's like a submarine trying to take out like a Navy or a Nazi submarine, and Yeah, this takes place during World War II, by the way. Um, so, Limpet actually manages to contact the Navy ship, and he, I don't know, he gives them, like, some kind of instructions to help them, or I don't know, I think they were trying to find this Nazi ship that was, like, about to attack them or something. I forget what the details are, but Limpet, helps them defeat the Nazis, and, they're trying to ask who he is, but, he won't show himself. I don't know, there's all this goofy stuff with, like, the Navy, like, trying to make arrangements with him so that they could, like, communicate with him for future battles with the Nazis. I just realized my video might get flagged for saying the word Nazi. I hate YouTube. I love it, but I hate it. But yeah, so yeah, the Nazis are planning to use this weapon against Limpet. I don't know, some scheme to take him down as well as the Navy. I guess the American Navy. You get the point. But yeah, Limpet finally requests to communicate with his friend who works in the Navy, might I remind you. The friend sails out to the ocean where, he's to meet with Limpet, who he still thinks is dead. And, he hears his voice coming in and, he, like, thinks it's a ghost. So, kind of a funny scene. Like, he's, like, legitimately scared and he's like, oh my god. Yeah, and then Limpet appears as a fish, and yeah, it's, understandably the friend is very freaked out. I mean, I'd be freaked out too if I thought I was being haunted by my supposedly dead best friend who, his wife was cheating on him with me, But yeah, yeah, I think the friend was out for revenge or something, but no, Limpet is as nice as ever, and he just uses the friend as kind of like his middleman in communicating with the Navy, and yeah, they together they manage to defeat the Nazis. Is there another detail I forgot about? Some kind of I don't know. I do know there's something that goes wrong along the way, or I don't know. It ends with him, saying goodbye to both his friend and his wife, or his ex-wife now, and then just hooking up with the female fish, and they swim away happily ever after. So yeah, this is a fairly enjoyable movie. It's not like I wouldn't say it's like great or anything. It's charming though. I don't know. I think Don Knotts really makes this movie, and also the mixture of animation and live action. I think they do a really good job. Like when they have to animate the cartoon fish floating in the live action water. It's a really nice effect. I think they did that pretty seamlessly, and yeah, they deserve credit. And this was like just a couple months before Mary Poppins came out. And no, I'm not going to review Mary Poppins because it's definitely primarily a live action movie. It just has an animation segment. But yeah, that movie was pretty revolutionary with that one scene, like supercalifragilistic, all the entire segment in the the chalk drawing on the ground. That's mainly credited as like the big step forward for like animation live action combination. Yeah, shun. But yeah, But yeah, I think this movie definitely deserves credit as well. I think they really did a good job with the effects. Um, and yeah, I think there's just enough animated segments that yeah, I do count it for my series now. So yeah, it's a decent movie. It's definitely not one that I'd like watch every chance I get, but I might watch it again. So yeah, that's so I guess I give this movie a I guess a 6 out of 10, and yeah, if any of the details I talked about sound interesting, feel free to check this movie out. So yeah, that's about all there is to say. Mash it and smash it, signing off.